Good morning, Tahis Love here of Dunamis Sound Mind Services. I am so glad to be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just here starting off our newly launched series called Me Time Mondays. And during the Me Time Mondays, we will be discussing and learning about activities that we can do for ourselves to take care of ourselves. Thank you for all of those that tuned in last week when we talked about the steps of self-care towards self-love. And last week we just simply listed the steps that you go through in doing your self-care, and by doing those steps you will increase self-love. We talked a little bit about the importance of self-care and self-love. Okay. We mentioned last week that very often we put our energies into our exterior. We make sure that the hair is right, the look is right, the nails is right, things of that nature. We make sure that our outward appearance, we put a lot of energy on making sure that our outward appearance is at the very best. We put a lot of energy there on our outward. We spend a lot of money on clothing. I have sons, and so I have one son that has his own sneaker business. Shout out to Metheus. He has his own sneaker business, and he started his own sneaker business because of his love for sneakers. And as you all very well know, many people spend a lot of money on the shoes for their feet. My son, he really loves sneakers. So he makes sure that he has different sneakers for different times and different occasions. Ladies, some of you out there spend money on your shoes. Got to have that right shoe. The whole outfit is totally off if you don't have the right shoes on. Those cute heels and mid height heels, and the open toe shoe, the slingback, the boot. We spend a lot of money on making sure that our look is right from head to toe. Okay. And we make sure that our exterior, is looking good, at least looking as good as we like it to look. So we make sure our skincare is together, and our makeup and things of that nature. But that's the outside of us. We spend very little time or energy or money concerned about the inside of us. And it's the inside of us is really where we are. We are who we are on the inside. Clothes, that's interchangeable. You can, you can dress, differently for different occasions, depending on what it is that you're doing or where you're going. And so very often, if I know that I'm going to be lounging around the house, then I have my house clothes. If I know I'm going to be going out and about, then I have my street clothes. If I know I'm going to bed, then I have my nightwear, my bed clothing. So clothing is interchangeable. There's a saying, the clothing doesn't make you, you make the clothing. So whatever you wear, you are who you are. But very often, because of we all concentrate on the exterior so much that we try to express who we are in our clothing. We try to create a look so that once people see us in our gear and in that look, they are they're supposed to think certain things about us. Not even after talking with us, they get to know you or a little bit about you by what you wear and what you put on. Some of that is true, but again, that's the exterior. What about the interior? What about the person, the whole person, the one on the inside? That's who you want to project. That's who you want people to know. So that, well, for me personally, I'm the same person with jeans and sneakers on and my hair up in a ponytail as I am with a full-length evening gown on, and I'm dressed with my earrings and my jewelry and all of that. I'm the same person. I'm also the same person that when I have my sweatpants on and a t-shirt and I'm walking, working out, I'm the same person as the one that wears my cleric uniform, and and I'm at a funeral officiating a wedding. I'm the same person on the inside. I'm the same person. It's just that I may express myself in slightly different ways depending on what the occasion is. But today we want to talk about self-awareness. As I said last week, we went through the steps and the different levels that we go through in the process of self-care, growing into self-love. Okay? And we went through all of the steps. Today we're going to talk about step 1. And step 1 is self-awareness. What is self-awareness? Well, the obvious and easy definition is awareness of self. Okay, well, what does that mean? Awareness of self. Well, awareness of self. So let's explore that. So when I went and in trying to flesh that out a little bit so that I could explain the importance of it, I got these definitions. Self-awareness is it's a noun, and what it is that it is the knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. That's what the Oxford Dictionary told me, That's what self-awareness is. It is simply the knowledge of one's own desires, feelings, character, and motives. Okay? All right. That works. That fleshes it out a little bit. But are we, when we talk about ourselves, are we our character, our feelings, our motives, and our desires? Is that who we are? Is that all that we are? Well, I say no. That's not only who we are. We are so much more than that. We are complicated beings that are here on a mission, on a purpose. We are so much more than our thoughts even. We're more than our desires. Because sometimes our desires, depending on, what they are and the time that we develop them or express them, sometimes our desires are very small. Sometimes our desires are very big. Sometimes we have no desire. If we don't have a desire, does that mean we don't exist? Certainly not. But I just wanted to say that we are much more than our being is much more than the knowledge of our character, our feelings, our motives, and our desires. We're much more than the knowledge of those things, okay? And so we are who we are, and we are, as I said earlier, very intricate, complicated beings that God created, and He created each of us with a purpose. And it is our job to find out what that purpose is and live on and toward that purpose. No one woke up by accident today. No one. If you woke up, that was not by accident. In fact, you didn't even wake yourself up. How about that? God woke you up. He made sure that your bodily functions continue to function even while you were unawares and sleeping. Okay? Your mental capacity, you were asleep. Well, those that went to sleep last night, you were asleep. And so you were unconscious. You were not aware of everything that was going on. Not even in your body, because you were asleep. But while you were sleeping, your heart continued to beat. You actually continued to breathe. You didn't even have to think about that. Your blood continued to circulate all throughout your body. And while all those things were happening, your body was resting, resetting itself, depending on how much time elapsed between eating. Some of us, our body was still digesting the food that we ate just before we went to sleep. So our body was doing a whole lot of things. Our immune system was getting strengthened and renewed. The body was preparing itself, repairing itself as well. The body was also growing. It was growing. It repairing, healing. All of that happens while we're sleeping, and we're totally unawares of it. I mean, we know that it happens because, we wake up and we feel refreshed, or we feel like we haven't slept, or what have you, but we can tell just by the way we feel once we are up for the day that something happened while we were sleeping in our bodies. But all of those things happen while you're sleeping. You're totally unawares. But today, again, I want to continue to talk about self-awareness. Being aware of oneself entails that you have to understand where the self is, where yourself begins and ends, and where someone else's, his or herself, begins. How you are distinct, separate from his or herself over there. And being aware of that. That's where you find yourself. God gave us each a body. He gave us, and these bodies are incredible, complicated, but incredible machines. And He gave it to us free. And the only thing we have to do is take care of it. And if we take care of it properly, this machine called the mind, body, temple, it'll take care of us as well. But we have to get to know it. And that's also part of self. Okay? So, and you have to be, in order to get to know it, you have to be aware of it. You have to literally sit down and, explore what is or who is myself. Okay? And I want to talk a little bit today about doing that. Some things that you can do to explore myself, yourself. Okay. So, self-awareness, I propose to extend or stretch out the definition so that it's not only the knowledge of your feelings, character, motives, and desires. It's also the knowledge of who you are as mentally, physically, and spiritually, and how that is different from someone else. That's who self is. Okay, so getting to know yourself. Oh, hello. I see some people are coming on. Good morning. Thank you for signing on. Well, today we're talking about self-awareness, and I was just into explaining where the self is. And so as we explore ourselves so that we can become aware of ourselves, we have to do that on a regular basis, and it takes time. You actually have to make time for yourself to get to know yourself. Okay? And so we just went over the definition of self-awareness. And so the knowledge of oneself, you have to, gather the knowledge. And the only place you can gather the knowledge of oneself is from oneself. And so you have to take the time out to get to know yourself. Okay. Another place where you can get some knowledge of oneself is through prayer to God. Being that He is your creator, He knows you, He knows me better than we do know ourselves. And so in those instances where you might have some confusion, talk to your creator, because He knows how He created us, and He knows what He created us for and who we really are. And so as we seek to live on purpose, we have to seek the one who gave us that purpose in the first place, so that we can know what to do to actually live on the purpose that was assigned to us in our lives. Okay, so now when we're talking about gathering knowledge of oneself, getting to know oneself, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? We're talking about self-awareness here, and you need self-awareness in order to know oneself. Now, because we are constantly growing each day, every minute of the day, we're growing, we're changing slightly. Who I was at the beginning of this particular video is slightly different from who I am right now in this moment. Okay? We're constantly growing. We are learning. We are, time is passing, and so we are aging, as well as we're growing better, and we are also growing worse at the same time, depending on what are you doing for yourself, depending on your self-care and all of that. So, but yeah, we are designed, our bodies and our minds are designed to last a certain amount of years, and we are designed to, the body and the mind is designed to reset itself on a regular basis. Every time we go to sleep, our bodies and our mind resets itself. Automatically. We don't have to do anything but actually go to sleep. And so when it resets itself, it renews itself as well. That's something that the Lord had placed in the mechanics of this mind-body temple that we utilize daily. And so there's certain things that we should do to help this mind-body temple to do what it does, and do what it does more efficiently. Okay? So, I want to just take you through a couple of exercises where you can increase your self-awareness. Okay? All right. So, and I'll be talking and, still interacting. So, thank you. Thank you for putting it in the chat and let me know that you're out there. And I will have time for a question and answer as well, where I'll be addressing your questions. Okay, so for example, We're going to just have a brief exercise in self-awareness. Okay? I'd like you, if you're sitting, okay, just try to sit up tall, straight back. If you're standing, you can do it standing as well. But if you're more comfortable sitting, then sit. Okay, and I'll give you a moment to do that. And as you sit, and you have a straight back, okay, I just want you to just think about how you're feeling right now. Just make a mental note. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Are you sleepy? Are you wide awake? Are you excited? Or are you're worried? You got some things on your mind. Make a mental note of how you're feeling. Okay? You're making a mental note. Okay? Some of you are thinking about, okay, what I have to do for the rest of this day. I got some errands to run, and some people are thinking about what happened yesterday and things of that nature. Okay, but make a mental note. Make a mental note. You're thinking. Okay. Also, make a mental note of how your body feels right now. Okay, if you have any aches or any pains, something might be sore. The knee, the joints, your back. Just make a mental note if you're feeling any pain right now. Okay? Make a mental note of where it is if you're aware of it. Okay? Okay. Now, I'd like you to take in a couple of deep breaths with me. We'll do 3 deep breaths, okay? Now, when we take in the deep breaths, we're going to simply take them in through our nose, and we're going to release the deep breath through our mouths. And when we release the deep breath out of our mouths, we're going to make a sound, okay? You'll either make a shushing sound like this, shh, or you can make a sighing sound. You can open your mouth and say, ah, like that, and release the air out that way as well. Whichever way you prefer, I want you to release all of the air that you took in from that deep breath to the point where you're pushing air out. Okay? So you might hear me say, pull in your stomach. Because when you're pushing the air out, your stomach goes in, okay? But when we take in these deep breaths, I want you to take in as much air as you can through your nose. Fill up your entire lung capacity till you don't have any more room. You might even stick your stomach out. So that you can get some more air in there. And we're going to take in the deep breath really, really quickly, and then through our nose. And I'll count to 3. We're going to hold it. I'll count to 3. Well, no. I'll count to 5, okay? Because I want you to really feel this. So we're going to take in a deep breath really, really quickly. We're just going to suck it in really, really quickly. Then we're going to hold it. I'm going to count to 5. And then you're going to release it, and you're going to, sigh it out, shush it out. But you're going to get all the air out. Okay? And then I'm going to say, make mental note, be aware. And then we're going to do it again. And when I say make mental note, be aware, I want you just think about any sensations that you might be feeling or not feeling, okay? And then we're going to take in the next breath, do it again, I would say make mental note. And then we're going to take in the last breath, the third breath. Do it again. And we're going to push all the air out, all of it. And then I'm going to ask you how you feel. Okay? All right. So the first thing is we're going to take in this, we're going to take in our first breath. We're going to do 3 breaths, 3 deep breaths, okay, all together. But we're going to take in the first breath, we're going to suck that air in like as if you're a vacuum. You're going to suck it in really, really quickly in through your nose. You're going to hold it. I'm going to count to 5, and then you can release it and release it all out. And then make a note. Okay? You ready? All right. We're taking in the first deep breath. Okay? Let's take it in. Suck it in through your nose. Suck it in, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Ha. Release. Pull that stomach in. Okay. Make mental note. Okay. Let's do it again. Second breath. Suck it in. Suck it in. Suck it in, suck it in, suck it in through the nose. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Make mental note. Be aware. Last deep breath. We're going to take this in. Hold the count to 5. We're going to release it. And when we release it, we're going to push all the air out. And we're going to just push all the air out and droop. Okay? All right. Take in the deep breath. This is the third breath. Take it in. Take it in. Come on. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Let it out. Push the air out. Push the air out. Let your shoulders droop. Let your shoulders droop. Let everything droop. Droop. In fact, you can even drop your head. Drop your head. Let it droop. Let it droop. Okay, you pushed all the air out. You're drooping. You're relaxing all of your muscles. You're drooping. Okay, make mental note. As you're drooping and relaxing all the muscles, imagine stuff falling or dripping from the top of your head down your back, down your shoulders, down your shoulders, down your arms, down your arms, down to your fingertips, and dripping off your fingertips and falling on the floor. Dripping like rain off your fingertips, falling on the floor. Just imagine that. Just imagine it falling from your head, going down your chest, dripping down from your chest to your belly area, your torso, dripping down, going down your thighs, going down to your knees, from your knees going down your legs, on your legs, your ankles, and then dripping off of the bottom of your feet. Imagine it dripping. You're still drooping. You're still drooping. Okay, you're breathing normally and you're drooping. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take one last breath. And we're just going to just take it in through our nose and let it out through our mouths. We're not even going to hold it. Okay? Let's go. Take it in. And let it go. Push all the air out. Okay? All right. You can stop drooping. You can sit up now. Okay. Make mental note. How do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? You make a mental note. You can put it in the chat. You can put it right in the chat. How do you feel? How do you feel now? Is it different? Is it the same as you felt before we did the breathing exercise? How do you feel? Okay. This is an exercise. It's a breathing exercise, but it's also an exercise in self-awareness. I'm having you practice self-awareness right now. Being aware of yourself. Okay? How do you feel? Put it right in the chat. Where do you feel it? Okay? When you were doing the breathing, how did you feel? What did you feel? Did you have any sensations? Okay? Some people have sensations when they're taking that deep breath. You know, they might have been a little tired or a little sluggish. And then after they took in a deep breath, they may notice that they are more alert. When they release the breath, they might have felt their mind get clearer. Or you might have felt more alert. Like I'm wide awake right now. Well, I was wide awake before, but I'm excited now, just from taking in those couple of deep breaths. Okay, what happened and why you feel whatever you feel. You can put it in the chat, but you probably feel more calm, more relaxed. You might feel more alert because when you took in that fresh air like that, when you took in that deep breath, those couple of deep breaths, that oxygen actually went to every cell in your body. And in that brief moment, you actually revitalized every cell in your body. And that's why you feel different sensations. Some people might feel a tingling. Some people might feel like their blood is rushing. You know, whatever it is that you feel, make mental note of it, because that's you feeling that, you know, and that's your body responding to the fact that you took in those 3 or 4 deep breaths. That's your body thanking you for that, those 4 deep breaths. Your body received, and your mind received a lot out of those simple 3 or 4 deep breaths that you took. And so, you know, just be aware. Just be aware. It's still going on. The effects of those 4 deep breaths that you just took is going to last all day. All day. Because what it is that we're so busy going about our day, doing whatever it is that we do, we're not even aware of it. We barely breathe. We breathe, but we barely breathe. We take very short breaths. And so, most of the time, even though we have all of this oxygen all around us, which is something that our mind, body, and spirit needs, we don't take in enough of it. We're being stingy with our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. When we do that, and so we need that oxygen. God has already supplied us with everything that we need so that we can do what it is He needs us to do. He's supplied us with everything that we need to keep this entire body temple working and functioning at top level. But we are not even aware of it. We just go on ahead and we breathe in, and we are not even aware how short or how little each breath that we take in is when we're alert, when we're up. But we sleep, when we're sleeping, we breathe much differently and we breathe better. That's how come while we're sleeping, the mind, the body, even your spirit gets a chance to renew itself, because you're taking in that oxygen. You're taking in the proper deep breaths that you need to take in so that the body can function and the mind and even the spirit can function that much better. Okay? So that's so write in the chat what you're feeling, and write in the chat even later on today, you're still going to feel the effects of those 4 deep breaths that you just took. So that exercise is simply there to encourage us to breathe. Do some deep breathing, okay? That's that's one thing. It's very, very good for your health, your total health. Just doing some deep breathing. It does a body good. You don't even have to, do a lot of deep breathing. You see, if you haven't seen it already, you will see the effects of just those 4 deep breaths that we took, okay? And you also experienced self-awareness, just thinking about, okay, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? Okay? And if you think about it, you might even figure out why you're feeling that way. That's self-awareness. Okay? And that knowledge helps you to do what you do and do it even better, since you know what it is that you do. Okay? I propose that self-awareness is, in layman terms, you understanding what it is that you do, when you do it, and how you do it. Okay? And what it is that you do is unique to you. Okay? So, for example, when we just did that breathing exercise, and I asked you to just make mental note. While you were making mental note of what you were feeling and everything, you were exploring how your body and mind responds to deep breathing. Now, the way my mind, body, temple responds to those 4 deep breaths is different from the way your body responds. Okay? And the way you respond, your body and mind, body, temple responds to those deep breaths is different from the way your loved one or roommate responds. Okay? I mean, each of us, we respond differently, but we do respond. We do respond. And so, being aware of that, you will know, okay, when I take in a deep breath, I get excited. I get energized. I know for me personally, I get energized really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. But I'm used to taking in deep breaths like that. But even from the very first time I did that exercise, I noticed right away that, I get energized and I get excited. I feel happy. Don't know what exactly I'm happy about, but just doing a deep breath like that, it affects my mood just like that. So now I'm excited. So continue to do that exercise and get to know and explore you. And it's actually fun. It's fun to explore, do self-exploration. Get to know this person that's living in your skin. Okay? Because no one else can be you better than you. And so it's very important that we try that. So that's it's actually, and that's the beginning of the self-awareness step process. Just becoming aware of yourself. And I would even encourage you to take it further, that at the beginning of your day or at the end of your day, just do self-awareness. Okay, how am I feeling? You have a little talk with yourself. Just ask yourself a couple of questions. All right, I've come to the end of my day. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. How do I feel? Okay, well, I was a little busy today, so I'm tired. Okay, all right. Well, how do you feel about how busy you were today? Well, I was busy, but I was busy doing some things that I had to do. So I'm feeling a sense of accomplishment because I did what I had to do and got that out the way. So now, I'm tired, but I'm happy I got all that out the way. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay? Then you can start asking your body questions. Okay? Hey, leg. How do you feel? We did a lot of walking today. Let me check to see how that knee is feeling. It was sore the other day, but it's not as sore today, or it's not sore at all. Or feet. You was walking around in those heels today a lot. How you doing? Oh, well, my feet, my heel is a little tired and a little sore, but I'm okay. And you just make mental note of how you're feeling. You just ask yourself questions and think about how you're feeling, why are you feeling that way, what you can do so that you don't have to feel that way tomorrow, or learn, okay, well, when this happened, I felt, or my mind and body responded this way, or when that happened, this is what I came away with, and just do that. That's self-awareness. That's you getting to know you and how you would react to different things that happen, situations that happen during that day and throughout your life. Okay, so that's what I have for self-awareness for you today. Feel free to continue to practice, do those breathing exercises, and practice, do your self-awareness check today. Maybe you want to do it before you go to bed tonight. You might want to do it in the middle of the day. Whenever you do it, just try it. Just try it and see, what you learn about yourself. Yourself will tell you about yourself if you're willing to listen. Okay? So, are there any questions or comments? Feel free to put them in the chat. I do go back and read through the chats even after the live. So feel free to do that and everything. And I just want to see who we have here today that checked in. Okay. Oh, okay. I see Sister Itaya. Thank you. Thank you for checking in. All right. And then I see Sister Linda. All right now. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. All right. Okay. And I thank you all for checking in and just taking time out of your busy day and your schedule to allow me to share. And thank you for including me in your me time, because today is Me Time Monday, and I just love sharing part of my me time with you all, and I thank you for sharing your part of your me time with me. And so don't forget to set aside some time for yourselves, okay? And so I'll be here again on Mondays at 10 a.m. I know I wasn't there at exactly 10 a.m. this morning, but I will, as we get through all of the technical stuff, I'll get there and be there on Mondays at 10 a.m. Okay? But thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like and share the video. I hope and pray that something that was said, shared today helps you. And if you have any questions or any comments that you'd like to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. You can call me at 718-576-8110, or you can email me at dunamissoundmind@gmail.com. And my name again is Tahis Love. I am a mental health and wellness coach practitioner. I would love to help you as you strive to be a better you. And so call me, email me, and we can work together and make some great things happen. So thank you again. I'll see you again next week, Monday. at 10 a.m. where we will discuss some more me time activities. Okay. Next week we will be talking about some more on self-awareness. All right. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week. And bye-bye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.